It's just chemistry. It started in camp, and guys kind of went down early, and luckily some of the guys that have stepped up, they've been there for a couple weeks now, and got to play 3 or 4 games already, and that's the main thing about offensive line is working together and be on the same page with the quarterback and the running backs, and for all those guys, it's just the more experience they can get, the better they're gonna improve.
What was that like? How has your job changed with all this? Yeah, at LSU.
Not too much, because you don't want to do too much, because then you start making mistakes yourself, and you want to guide those guys and make sure they're doing the right thing. But like I said, if you start overcompensating for them, then that's where you're kind of at fault for yourself.
Drew, what kind of vibe have you been getting from Keith lately, and this season versus last season?
I think you guys know his demeanor. He's a positive guy, and obviously everybody goes through frustration. I don't care who you are, what position you play. Some plays are better than others, but overall, he's the guy we look to in the huddle, and he's our leader, and we have the most trust in him more than anybody.
And how do you feel the continuity is? You guys have kind of finally been the same for a couple weeks here. How is your continuity up front? Your run blocking seems to be progressing.
Especially from the Oregon game, I think you can see that the run game definitely improved, and even our pass protection got a lot better. And right now, I think it's just getting Keith more confident in us. I think we're finally starting to do our job, effectively throughout the game without minimal errors. And now it's just got to carry into this weekend against USC, and hopefully Keith will feel really confident with us after how we played last week, and we'll take care of business on Saturday.
What do you think has improved for you guys specifically?
Well, I think it's assignment, really, and technique, because putting those young guys in there, offensive line is so much about technique and really your mental game, and they learned early what you can and cannot do to play at this level, and going down to LSU and playing against Stanford and Oregon already, and those are some hard lessons to learn, but like I said, in the long run, they really learn from them and are improving.
Since you've been here, how have you seen this guys got to get better at kind of grow since when you were a freshman, you probably always moved to the
Yeah, no, that was crazy, because our first year was, my first year that I played after my redshirt season was the year we beat them when they were number 3, and then we went down there and beat them on the last second field goal. So it was 2 games that really came down to the wire, and then last year they gave it to us pretty good, and I think this year is time for us to really learn from those mistakes, and then, like I said, take that next step and continue the rivalry going.
Did you get a sense when you were a true freshman, you weren't playing? Did you get a sense that maybe you weren't even really out of USC's radar, like rivalry-wise?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I hadn't been here before, but obviously, the redshirt season, how that went, and then just how dominant they've been through the years in the Pac-12, and we've started to climb our way, towards that top echelon of the teams in the Pac-12.
When you say you need Keith more confident in you guys, what suggests he's not, or how can you tell he's just not the same?
It's more just some of the reads. He feels he's a little more rushed, but he doesn't need to be, because we're going to have his back. And like I said, we learned from a lot of mistakes that we made in the first couple games, and I think as you guys can see, and how we played against Oregon, we felt really good leading in that game. And I think we continue to build off that momentum, and I think, like I said, I think Keith has starting to realize that we have our assignments down, and the running backs have their assignments down, and the tight ends have their assignments down, and that's the thing, is it falls on everybody. It's not just offensive line or one particular group. It's everybody working together.
Where do you see the young guys like Dexter and guys like that doing better now than maybe they were a month ago?
Techniques and assignments are really what we talked about. That's so much about the offensive line is knowing your assignment and doing the technique to get there, because it's one thing to know where you're going, but it's another way to figure out the best way to get there or how to do it. And like I said, there were some hard lessons learned in the first couple weeks, but those guys have continued to learn from their mistakes and continue to improve.